During a family reunion, my MIL confessed she'd known about my husband's secret second family for years and even babysat his other kids, then told me to grow up because men have needs and I should stay for the grandkids. The reunion was at a lake house 2 hours north, the kind of place where extended family gathers once every few years to pretend we all still know each other. I was helping unload coolers from the car when my mother-in-law cornered me by the dock. She looked nervous, which wasn't like her. Patricia didn't do nervous. She did judgmental, composed, and occasionally condescending, but never nervous. "Claire," she said, glancing toward the house where my husband Derek was carrying our daughter's overnight bags. "We need to talk before this weekend gets complicated." I set down the cooler. "Okay." She pressed her lips together like she was tasting something bitter. "Derek's other family is coming tomorrow." The words didn't register at first. They sat in the air between us like something spoken in a language I didn't know. "What other family?" I asked. Patricia's face shifted into something that looked almost apologetic but missed by a degree. "His girlfriend and their children." "I thought you knew." "I assumed by now he would have told you." The dock seemed to tilt beneath my feet. "His what?" She sighed like I was being difficult. "Vanessa. They've been together for 7 years. They have 2 children, a boy and a girl. I've been helping with childcare when Derek's schedule gets tight." My hands went cold. "You've been babysitting his other kids." "I'm their grandmother too," she said, defensive now. What was I supposed to do, pretend they don't exist? I stared at her, waiting for the punchline, waiting for this to be some twisted joke about a coworker's family or a misunderstanding about his cousin's situation. Patricia kept talking. "Look, I know this is uncomfortable, but Derek didn't want to burden you with it. You have the girls, the house, your teaching job. He's been managing both households. That takes effort." "Managing," I repeated, my voice flat. "Men have needs, Claire," she said, lowering her voice like we were discussing grocery budgets. "It's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world either. You have a good life. The girls are happy. Don't make this bigger than it needs to be." I couldn't feel my face. "They're coming here. Tomorrow." "Derek thought it would be easier to blend everyone during a big gathering," she said, like this was a seating chart issue. "Less awkward than separate introductions." I looked past her toward the house where my husband of 9 years was laughing with his brother, holding our 6-year-old daughter's hand. "How long have you known?" I asked. Patricia hesitated. "From the beginning. Vanessa reached out when she got pregnant the first time. She wanted to know if Derek had told me about them. I advised her to let Derek handle his marriage his way. And you never thought to tell me." Her expression hardened. "It wasn't my place. You're a grown woman, Claire. You should have been paying closer attention." I felt something crack open in my chest, not sadness yet, just a pure cold clarity. "Does anyone else know?" I asked. "Most of the family," she admitted. "We didn't want to make you uncomfortable by bringing it up." I nodded slowly. "I need to get something from the car." I walked back to the parking area like my legs belonged to someone else. Inside the car, I sat in the driver's seat and locked the doors. Then I called my sister. "Jen," I said when she answered. "I need you to look up something for me." "What's wrong?" she asked immediately, hearing it in my voice. "Derek has another family," I said, and saying it out loud made it real in a way that turned my stomach. "His mom just told me. I need you to find out everything you can about a woman named Vanessa." Jen went quiet for a beat. "Are you serious?" "Completely." "Where are you right now?" "A family reunion," I said, and the absurdity of it almost made me laugh. 2 hours from home. His other family is showing up tomorrow so we can all bond. Claire, get out of there." "Not yet," I said, watching Derek through the window as he set up a volleyball net with his cousins. "I need to understand what I'm dealing with first." Over the next 2 hours, Jen sent me everything. Vanessa's social media, which was semi-private but had enough public posts to paint a picture. Photos of her with 2 children, a boy around 5 and a girl around 3. Photos at parks, birthday parties, casual family dinners. In some of the older posts, I could see Derek's hand in the frame, his watch, the corner of his face. One post from 4 months ago showed the kids with Patricia at a zoo. The caption read, "Grateful for Grandma Days." My hands shook as I scrolled. There were no photos of me. No acknowledgement that Derek had another life. Vanessa's profile listed her as in a relationship but didn't tag anyone. I searched her name with Derek's and found an address listed on a property search site. A rental house 40 minutes from ours, in a neighborhood I'd never had reason to visit. Jen called. "Claire, this is real. I found the lease. His name is on it." "Of course it is," I said. "What are you going to do?" I looked toward the lake house where my daughters were probably picking out bunk beds with their cousins, excited and oblivious. "I'm going to stay," I said. "I'm going to smile, and I'm going to meet her." "Are you insane?" "Maybe," I said. "But if I leave now, he controls the story. Everyone here already knows, Jen. They've known for years. If I run, I'm the one who looks unstable. You don't owe these people anything." "I owe myself the truth," I said. And I'm going to get it. That night at dinner, I sat next to Derek like nothing had changed. He was relaxed, joking with his brother about old college stories, refilling my wine without me asking. You okay? He asked at one point, noticing I'd barely touched my plate. Just tired from the drive, I said. He kissed my temple. We'll have fun tomorrow. The girls are already obsessed with the lake. I smiled. I'm sure we will. After the kids were in bed, Derek and I walked down to the dock with his siblings and their spouses. Someone brought out a bottle of whiskey. The conversation turned to work, home renovations, the usual safe topics. I waited until Derek was mid-story about a difficult client, then I said, casual as anything, so what time is Vanessa getting here tomorrow? The dock went silent. Derek's face strained. His brother looked at his drink. His sister-in-law suddenly found the lake fascinating. What? Derek said, his voice tight. Your mom told me, I said, keeping my tone light. About Vanessa and the kids. She said you wanted everyone to meet during the reunion. Derek stared at me like I'd pulled a gun. His brother cleared his throat. Maybe we should give you two some privacy. No, I said. Stay. I think everyone here already knows anyway. Nobody moved. Derek's jaw worked. Claire, we should talk about this inside. Why? I asked. Are you embarrassed? This isn't the time, he said. When is the time? I asked. Before or after I meet your other children? His sister stood up, shaking her head. This is too much. For who? I asked. She didn't answer. She just walked back toward the house. Derek reached for my arm. Let's go. I pulled away. How long were you planning to keep this going? It's not what you think, he said. Your mother babysits them, Derek, I said. She's been helping you manage two families like it's a logistics problem. His face flushed. I was going to tell you. When? When the time was right. I laughed, and it sounded wrong even to me. The time was right 7 years ago. He looked around at his family, appealing to them like they could fix this. Nobody met his eyes. I think I'm done for tonight, I said, standing. I'll see everyone at breakfast. I walked back to the cabin we were sharing, locked myself in the bathroom, and sat on the edge of the tub with my phone. I didn't cry. I felt too focused for that. I opened my banking app. Joint accounts, joint credit cards, everything tangled together the way married people do. I started taking screenshots. Then I logged into our mortgage account, our car payments, the savings we'd built for the girls' college funds. At some point, Derek knocked on the door. Claire, please. Let me explain. Go away, I said. I love you, he said. That's real. This thing with Vanessa, it's complicated, but it doesn't change us. I stood and opened the door. He looked wrecked, eyes red, shirt untucked. Do you pay her rent? I asked. He hesitated. Yes. With our money. It's my money too, he said. Do the girls know they have siblings? No, he said quickly. I kept it separate. I didn't want to confuse them. How considerate, I said. He reached for me. Claire, please. I made mistakes, but we can fix this. I'll end it with Vanessa. I'll do whatever you want. Does she know you're married? His silence was the answer. I stepped back. Get out. This is my room too, he said. Then I'll leave. I grabbed my phone and walked out. I found an empty bedroom on the second floor and locked the door. Then I called my sister again. I need a lawyer, I said. Update, 18 hours later. Vanessa arrived the next morning with two kids who looked exactly like Derek. I watched from the kitchen window as Patricia rushed out to greet them, hugging the children, ushering them toward the house with the kind of warmth she rarely showed my daughters. Derek was outside too, but he looked like he wanted to disappear. He barely acknowledged Vanessa, didn't touch the kids. I walked outside. Vanessa saw me first. She was younger than me by maybe 5 years, pretty in an understated way, holding the hand of a little boy who clutched a stuffed dinosaur. Hi, she said, uncertain. I'm Vanessa. Claire, I said. Derek's wife. Her face went white. His what? Patricia stepped between us. Let's not do this here. Do what? I asked. Introduce ourselves? Isn't that why she's here? Vanessa looked at Derek, who looked at the ground. You said you were divorced, she said, her voice shaking. You said it was finalized. He lied, I said. The little boy started crying. Vanessa picked him up, staring at Derek with an expression I recognized because I'd worn it 18 hours ago. You told me she knew, Vanessa said to Patricia. Patricia's mouth tightened. I said Claire would handle it. By handle it, you meant lie to her? Vanessa's voice cracked. I asked you directly if he was still married and you said it was complicated. It is complicated, Patricia said. No, I said. It's just dishonest. Derek finally spoke. Everyone needs to calm down. Calm down? Vanessa repeated. She looked at me. How long? 9 years, I said. 2 kids. She made a noise like she'd been hit. 9 years. I didn't know about you until yesterday, I said. Vanessa's face crumpled. She put her son down, told him to stay with his sister, and walked toward Derek with her hands shaking. "You said you loved me," she said. "I do," Derek said. "You said we were building a life." "We are," he tried. She slapped him. Patricia gasped. Derek's brother, watching from the porch, muttered something that sounded like approval. "You used me," Vanessa said. "You used my kids." Derek reached for her. "It's not like that." "Then what's it like?" she demanded. He didn't answer. Vanessa turned to me. "Did you know?" "Not until his mother told me yesterday," I said. "She's known the whole time." Vanessa's face twisted as she looked at Patricia. "You helped him do this. You watched my kids. You told me he was a good man." "He's my son," Patricia said. "And those are his children," Vanessa said, pointing at the kids. "And you let him treat us like we were disposable." Patricia's face flushed. "You're being dramatic." "Dramatic," Vanessa repeated. She laughed bitterly. "I left my job because Derek said he'd support us. I moved into that house because he said we'd buy it together. I believed every word because his mother vouched for him." I felt something shift inside me, a recognition that Vanessa and I weren't enemies. We were both just people who'd believed the same man. "I'm filing for divorce," I said to Derek. He looked at me like I'd struck him too. "Claire, don't. I already called a lawyer." "You're overreacting," he said. "Am I?" I asked. "You built a second family with our money, lied to both of us, and had your mother cover for you. What part of that is an overreaction?" Vanessa wiped her eyes. "I'm leaving." "Wait," I said. She stopped. "Do you have proof?" I asked. "Texts, payments, anything that shows what he promised you?" She stared at me. "Why?" "Because he's going to try to bury this," I said. "And if we both have evidence, he can't." Vanessa looked at Derek, then back at me. "I have everything." "Good," I said. "Keep it." She nodded, gathered her kids, and left without looking back. Derek turned on me. "You just destroyed everything." "No," I said. "You did that years ago." Patricia stepped forward. "Claire, think about your daughters. Think about this family." "I am thinking about them," I said. "I'm thinking I don't want them growing up believing this is normal." "You're being selfish," Patricia said. I looked at her, this woman who'd smiled at my wedding, who'd held my babies, who'd sat in my home and pretended to care. "If wanting honesty is selfish," I said, "then I'll be selfish." I went inside, packed our things, and told my daughters we were leaving early. They were disappointed but didn't argue. Derek didn't try to stop me. As I buckled the girls into the car, his brother approached. "For what it's worth," he said quietly, "I'm sorry. I should have told you." "Yeah," I said. "You should have." Update, 4 months later. The divorce was ugly. Derek fought for custody, claimed I was alienating him from the girls, said I was unstable for leaving the reunion dramatically. My lawyer tore him apart. We had the lease with his name on it, proof of rent payments from our joint account, text messages Vanessa provided where Derek promised her a future, and Patricia's own testimony, given under oath, that she'd known about both families and helped facilitate the arrangement. The judge was not impressed. Derek got supervised visitation and a court order to pay back the money he diverted from our savings. He tried to claim it was a gift, but gifts don't come with lease agreements. Vanessa filed a civil suit for fraud. I don't know how that ended, but I heard through Derek's brother that she moved back to her hometown with the kids. Patricia called me once, 3 weeks after the hearing. She said I was destroying the family, that I was vindictive, that the girls would suffer because I couldn't forgive. I hung up. I haven't spoken to her since. The girls ask about their dad sometimes. I tell them the truth in ways they can understand. Daddy made choices that hurt people. We still love him, but we don't live with him anymore. They seem okay. Kids are resilient in ways that terrify me. I'm not okay yet, but I'm getting there. I started seeing a therapist who specializes in betrayal trauma. She told me that what I experienced wasn't just infidelity. It was gaslighting on a structural level, an entire system of people who chose to protect a lie instead of me. That helped, knowing it wasn't just Derek. It was everyone. Last week, I went on a date. Nothing serious, just coffee with a colleague who'd asked a few times. He was kind, straightforward, asked questions and actually listened to the answers. Halfway through, he said, "You seem guarded." "I am," I said. "That's fair," he said. "I'll earn it if you let me." "I don't know if I will. I don't know if I'm ready." But I didn't say no. Update, 11 months later. I'm sitting in a new apartment, smaller than the house but mine, watching my daughters play with blocks in the living room. There's no tension here. No waiting for the other shoe to drop. Derek's visitation is still supervised. He complained to the court that it was unfair, that I was punishing him. The supervisor's reports noted that he spends most of the visits on his phone and struggles to engage with the girls for more than 20 minutes. The judge didn't change the order. I heard from his brother that Derek moved in with a new girlfriend. I felt nothing when I heard that. Not anger, not sadness, just a distant curiosity about whether she knows what she's getting into. Vanessa sent me a message a few months ago. She thanked me for standing up at the reunion, said it gave her the courage to rebuild her life. Her kids are thriving. She's engaged to someone who actually shows up. I was happy for her. The man I had coffee with became a regular part of my life. We took it slow, maybe slower than normal, but he never rushed me. Last month, he met my daughters. They liked him. He didn't try too hard, didn't perform, just sat on the floor and built a block tower that they immediately destroyed. After they went to bed, he asked if I was okay. I'm better than okay, I said. He smiled. Good. I don't think about Derek much anymore. When I do, it's not with longing or regret. It's with a strange gratitude that I found out when I did, that I didn't waste another decade pretending. Patricia sent a card on my birthday. Inside, she'd written that she hoped I'd forgiven her, that family was supposed to support each other. I threw it away. Forgiveness isn't something I owe people who chose cruelty over honesty. The girls are happy. I'm building a life that doesn't require me to ignore my instincts or excuse betrayal. Sometimes I think about that doc, the moment Patricia told me, and I remember the cold clarity that came after the shock. I didn't fall apart. I didn't beg. I just decided I deserved better. And I was right.